Here we come, one human family. To the moon, one human family. Here we are, one human family. Here we come, one human family. Jupiter, one human family. Asteroids, one human family. Saturn's rings, one human family. Neptune, one human family. Uranus, one human family. Planet 9, one human family. Pluto, one human family. Oi! Pluto, one human family. Pluto, one human family. Greetings and salutations. Can you believe it's me? I'm in the West Eddies Key. Greetings from Key West, Florida, where I'm broadcasting live from. I didn't know I would ever be broadcasting from Key West, Florida. And yet here I am. My googly moogly. I've been up in Cape Canaveral and it's been amazing. And I found a really good coffee shop, by the way, which is important to me as a grown-up. And that is, oh look, a fish. Can you guys see this stuff? Here, let me see. I hope so. There's some big snappers down there. Hello, big snappers. What are you guys doing? Oh, a stingray. Wow. Making all that cloud in the water. Wow, right there, a stingray. That's great. Yeah, it's going through the turtle grass right there, looking for stuff on the bottom that it can eat. They're elasmomorphs. They're related to sharks. Oh, wait, I better make sure that it doesn't flip off on here. Hold on. I think we're still good. Yeah, I'm here. And there's a stingray in the water. And that's perfect timing, don't you think? I think it's amazing. Every time I jump in the ocean, so this is actually where I'm from. This is the place I'm from. You know me in Los Angeles, where I've been living for the past year and loving it. And then I flew up to Cape Canaveral to work there with my friends at United Launch Alliance. We're working on a program right now, by the way. And so start off the show with giving a shout out to, I just gave a shout out to United Launch Alliance, who I love, and I'm going to tell you more about in a minute. And then our friends at Yuri Night. Yuri's Night's coming up, April 12th. We're going to be having a big party, a big annual space party, and you can have one wherever you are. I don't care if you're in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Africa, Ethiopia, New Zealand, where else? Georgia, Colombia, Canada, anywhere in the United States, any of those places, you can put on a Yuri's Night party. This is my Yuri's Night patch. There's a little extra piece of fabric right there. There we go. That's Yuri Gagarin. Wow! Look at this stingray. Let's see if I can pop out. Oh, I think I can pop out. Pop out. Oh, there it is. Wow. I don't think. Oh, wow. Check it out. This is live, happening live right at my house. Look at that. And so it's stirring up the bottom. Okay. It's stirring up the bottom, and all those snappers are going around it because they're taking advantage of the stirrup and eating all the stuff that the stingray is stirring up. That's just regular Atlantic ray. They're relatively docile. If you step on them, that big tail will definitely whip into you and could give you a good jab, and then what will happen? Here's a fish over here. Hey, fish. Nice and clear today. Pretty excellent. This is the first time I've seen a stingray out here. That's sweet. The water's been really terrific. Pow, pow, pow. Baka, baka. The water's been really terrific, and here's why. It's because the cruise ships aren't running right now because of COVID. And so all around the island, Key West is an island. It's only 2 miles by 4 miles. And all around the island, it is very, what's the word? There's nothing stirring up the bottom anymore. All these big cruise ships with their big propellers and there's advantages to have cruise ships, and people like to go on cruise ships. And then but the challenge for us is, since it's an island and people come here for this kind of clean water, it's really a disadvantage when big cruise ships come through and sometimes actually dump. They can dump their waste in the water. They chop it all up and mix it all up, and we as human beings have been getting better at that. That's for sure. So I think in the future we're going to have some really awesome ships on the water that don't pollute and that are supportive of clean environments. And that's what we're hoping for here in Key West. So I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me well. And I should keep a phone up just to make sure that I'm not getting any messages from you all. You can always message me on IG at Mike Mongo, Astronaut Teacher, and it will let you know. It will let me know that, hey, there's a challenge. Otherwise, we're good to go. This is the pre-50th episode warm-up episode. Pre-50th episode warm-up episode. That's what we're doing today. And I just wanted to walk around. So I haven't said hi to you in so long. Do you know that I've been chomping at the bit? Chomping. Oh, wow. Holy smokes. Look what's on the... Hold on. Paka, paka. Paka. Look at this. Look at that little character right there. You know what that is? That's one of my neighbors, the iguana. Let's go check that out. Since he came on, since he decided to come on the camera while we're here. I bet you don't know something about iguanas. They're great swimmers. But the trick is getting this person in the water. Let's have a little adventure here. Follow me and where you're thinking you are first. I hope you're okay with a little adventure, because we're having one. I see that iguana over there. Sneaking up on the iguana. Where did it go? Ah, there it is. There it is. There, did you know that iguanas can swim? Look at that. Look. There's a big fish. Where did it go? Well, there's the big fish. Iguanas are amazing swimmers. And you just got to see that live. Here's some more big fish. So, it's kind of exciting around here, don't you think? They're amazing swimmers. So, what I was saying is, paka paka, paka paka. Can't be. Come on, paka paka. There we go. So what I was saying is that we got the 50th episode of Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventures coming up. I want to say thank you to all the people that have messaged me while we've been in between episodes, traveling around, getting everything set up. I got a really cool thing happening with Dexter Live, Dexter.live. You can check them out online for free courses. But a lot of them have to do with space and science. And they're really great company. And so we're working on doing something with them. And then United Launch Alliance. We have an amazing program for, I hope, all the students in the world coming up. I think it's going to be for everybody. We're going to see it's the Human Heirs Initiative. Wow, it's going to be exciting. So everybody's been messaging me. I've been saying, okay, so there's all this amazing stuff coming up. I got to take a breath. I got to settle down. I'm so excited about all this stuff. So everybody has been messaging me. I've been explaining that we have all of this amazing stuff coming up, and that's what I've been working on while I haven't been on the air right now. And I appreciate your patience and sticking around and messaging. I thought that was really sweet that all the people that have messaged me. Some of the students that messaged me have pictures of us together, because I've traveled around a lot, so I've got to see a lot of you in person before. And you stick around, and I watch you grow, and I get to support when I can. And a number of students that I've worked with, I've actually opened up job opportunities for. I get to introduce companies to students who I think are the best available. And that's because you're doing the work. And that makes me really proud and honored. It is really, it's great for me. Once upon a time I was you know. And so when I was you, I wanted somebody like me around. And so being a grown-up, I get to be the person I wanted for me when I was you. Did you follow all that? That's a lot. But that's really, that's how it all works. That's the whole story. That's the story in a nutshell, as I say. So, yeah, this is space mission training, and we're out there sharing with people. We believe that we can solve all the challenges we face on Earth by solving for space. We can solve for health, we can solve for energy, we can solve for inclusion and diversity, and we can solve for equity, where you have part of everything and I have part of everything. We both have enough, and by enough I mean we have medical, we have housing, we have food, we have clean water. Everybody on the planet should have that, for sure. And anybody who's a student, any person who's a student, any kid should have enough. You shouldn't have to worry about education, medical, food, or housing ever. That should not be a worry of yours. And so me as a grown-up, I get to do my part to help contribute to that. And I believe that we can solve for all those challenges, which I sum up with the phrase, the illusion of scarcity, because I don't believe in scarcity. So we can solve for all those challenges by solving for space. And so you are helping me, so we're working as a team to solve for space for all humankind. And you know what? If we solve for space for humankind, it's going to help all these animals. Like solving for clean cruise ships is like solving for clean spaceships. Because spaceships get to be clean too. I know that space is big, but we can't just leave stuff in space because other spaceships could run into it and it cause them damage. If you Google space junk, you'll see that that's a problem right now. That's a real thing, space junk. My friend Dr. Alice Gorman, she wrote Dr. Space Junk versus the, what is she? I got it right here because I keep Google in my pocket. Pow, pow, pow. So let's see. You know, I have the book. I need to read it because that's really, I think she read my book. And that's cool. Dr. Space Junk versus the universe. Dr. Space Junk versus the universe. How great a title is that? And that's how cool she is, Alice Gorman. So she's one of the main experts on space junk in the world. And solving for space junk is like solving for pollution and garbage and rubbish here on planet Earth. So you see, right in front of us is how solving for space helps on Earth. Because we can solve for pollution in space, we can solve for pollution on Earth. If we solve for pollution on Earth, we solve for pollution in space. They're hand in hand. Just like you are hand in hand with how I imagine the future to be. Your awesomeness is hand in hand with my idea of how awesome the future is. Your awesomeness. Yeah, did I tell you I love you yet? I love you. You know why I love you? Because you're awesome. Yep, because you got a heart of gold. Because there's so much potential and possibility in you. You make the future as amazing as I imagine it. And I'm not the only one. Believe you me. Hopefully you got parents or aunts and uncles or teachers or guardians or neighbors or friends who think you're as awesome as I think you are. Most of us do. So we're lucky like that. And if you don't have somebody like that in your life, I empower you to go and seek out and find that person. When I had a scarcity of those sort of people in my life, I went out and found them. And what a difference it made. Mr. B. Johnson, I've told you about him before. He's been one of my mentors, and his wife, Brenda Johnson, she has. And Mr. Walt Canley and Patricia Canley, they're married. They took me in as a young student and helped me become a good human being, and that's a true story. And now their sons, Matthew, Michael, and Marty, they're all like my brothers. And that's how that works. Because that's how it can work. So if something isn't working out, you can use your imagination and creativity. You're born here and you are allowed to make the rules as much as anybody else. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. I don't care how you were born. I don't care if you were born in an economic system or a caste system or a class system. None of that matters to me. You have the power, and I am here to tell you that. I give you permission. I don't care if you're a girl. I don't care if you're a boy. I don't care if you're tall. I don't care if you're short. I don't care if you got 2 legs. I don't care if you got 1 leg. I don't care if you got no legs. None of that matters to me. As long as you see the awesomeness in you, as long as you know it, and let me be one of the people to bring that to your attention, that you are fantastic. You got the power. You got a heart of gold. Pow, pow, pow. So we're going to use all of that to develop this future that's going to be great for all of us. And part of it is equity. And you're part of that, so that you have a piece of it, and I have a piece of it, and our neighbors have a piece of it, and people we've never met have a piece of it. I always tell people, all these billionaires, all the billionaires, some of my friends are billionaires, all of them, they can have the moon as long as we get clean water, food, housing, education, and shelter. And medical. Clean water, food, housing, medical, and education. Clean water, clean food, housing, medical, and education. And I'll trade the moon for that. That would be equitable. That would be a good exchange. If everybody on the planet had clean water, good food, medical, education, and housing, that would be a good trade. We could trade the moon, and people who are billionaires can do whatever they want with it, as long as they're not making weapons.com. Pow, pow, pow. So much to think about. So, it is a beautiful day out here. I had to drop in and say hi. Oh, look, we chased one iguana. How many times can we do this? Well, let's see. Baka, baka. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Iguana chasing, climbing through the bushes, climbing through the trees. Iguana sees me coming. What's it gonna do? Is it gonna jump in the sea? I bet it will. Iguana. Iguana. Look. What a great swimmer. Look at that. How cool is that? You know, look, here, check this out. See these, all those mangroves over there? They issue these seed pods. They drop them off into the water, and they actually tolerate salt water really well, and they grow in salt water. They actually tolerate salt water better than they do fresh water, even though they live on fresh water. There's some fishes right there. And sometimes I go over there and I grab a seed pod and then I plant it and they grow into plants. I'll show you how to do that. We'll do that sometime. Hey. So, oh yeah, I was talking about our sponsors. You remember, we wouldn't be able to do this. There's a couple sponsors I got to give a shout out to. And did you see what we did in space this week? We went to an asteroid. Have you looked at asteroid Bennu? Did you see in space how we landed? We booped an asteroid, and we put an arm down into it, and it had a spring on it, so it went into it, and then instead of running into the asteroid, the spring loaded, and then it bounced back off of the asteroid. But it was a hand, so it landed, and then it blew a burst of gas to stir up the dust in the rocks. And then when it stirred up, it grabbed all those rocks, and then the spring pulled back, and then they went back into space. Bennu. OSIRIS-REx is the name of the spaceship. And that happened this week. So have you seen the video? It's so great. We sent out OSIRIS-REx, the spacecraft, in 2018, and it took all this time. It took that time to get there. I think 2016, and we got there in 2018. Yes, that's right. And then we've been photographing and doing sensors all over Bennu, this asteroid, which is about 200 million miles away from Earth, and there's a 1 in 2,700 chance it could run into Earth in the 22nd century, 100 years from now. So it's one of those asteroids we keep track of. But this asteroid, Bennu, has been around as long as the planet Earth, 175 million years. So it's 200 million miles away, and it's been around about the same time as the planet Earth. It's been around our planet, it's been around our planet for 175 million years. I can't remember how old Earth is. We can look it up. Hold on. It's a good question, right? Age of Earth. I'm Googling it. 4.5 billion years. So 1.75 million years is not that long. It's a portion. It was here a significant portion of time, but the Earth is 4.5 billion years old, give or take. And that's a lot of candles on a cake, huh? And so Bennu has been out there around our planet for 175 million years. Before that, it was on a piece of another larger asteroid that ran into another asteroid, and Bennu split off of it in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. And Bennu is big. It's like 1/3 of a mile around, which is like half a kilometer. It's like half a kilometer around, 500 meters. And, oh, mosquito. That's not the creature I want. And so we sent a spacecraft to Bennu in 2000 aboard a United Launch Alliance Atlas V. That's the one that sends the Starliner up to space. The United Launch Alliance Atlas V. And OSIRIS-REx rode a Atlas V to Bennu, the asteroid, 200 million miles away. And it took 2 years to get there. That's how far 200 million miles away from us is. And then we got there. We photographed and we did spectrography and radar around Bennu to get a good idea of. We took high definition photography so we could get a good idea where to land, and then the scientists and engineers all worked on it with that information to figure out where the best place. Oh yeah, we didn't land. We booped Bennu. The best place to boop Bennu. You know what what's that thing called? Pogo stick is. Pogo stick. Pogo stick's where you bounce on the ground and it's like a stick that you stand up on, boom, boom. So the arm that reached from OSIRIS-REx with the hand that grabbed the rocks was like a spring-loaded pogo stick. So that when it punched into Bennu, it didn't push away from Bennu. It sprung into Bennu and then grabbed the rocks and then pushed away with the spring. And that's pretty cool. And so, yeah, it went on, like I was saying, it went on an Atlas V. United Launch Alliance, thank you for all these cool space missions that you're part of, and that we get the benefit from. And my friend Tori Bruno is the CEO and president of that company, and they've been thinking about asteroid mining for quite a while. So this is the first step. And in the year 2023, that's 3 years from now, all those asteroids that we grabbed, that handful, it was about, I think it's about 100, no, it's a couple hundred ounces. Is it a couple hundred? I think it's a couple hundred ounces. It's a lot of asteroid pieces that we grabbed and are bringing back to Earth. We're going to have asteroid rocks that have been untouched, been alone and out in the solitude of space with organic molecules, we believe, for 175 million years. It is believed, we don't even know what the science we're gonna get from these rocks. Can you imagine having a piece of those, one of those for a necklace? I think about it. Do you think about it? Do you think about it? I think about having a small asteroid on a necklace. I don't wear a lot of jewelry, but I definitely would wear that. Holy smokes, I would wear that as an earring. I would wear that as a nose ring. I would wear that as a lapel pin. I would wear that as a, what goes in your sleeve? Oh my gosh. Cufflink. I would wear an asteroid, a small little asteroid, a little tiny piece of an asteroid, a rock off an asteroid. Oh gosh, I just want to hold it. 175 million years that it's been out there, and that's not even counting how old it really is, because it was a part of a larger asteroid before that. Oh gosh, all right, I'm getting carried away. So Google Bennu, Bennu, and Google Atlas V, and the reason that is all really important right now, besides the fact that in our lifetimes we're about to see rocks from an asteroid be brought back to Earth, and we're going to have mysteries of the universe unraveled, including maybe the origin of life itself. We don't even know. Like, it's an amazing universe. I really don't limit what people call God or creation or anything like that. Like, it's so amazing that it can be limitless on what is possible. Pow, pow, pow. You got that? I don't limit it, so you shouldn't limit it either. This is the universe is a miraculous, wonderful place. So who knows? Let's see how it looks by looking at it. Let's examine what the universe is made of and all the stuff that's out there and figure out all kinds of new things that we can make the world a better place with. That's a pretty good plan, don't you think? And that's why I want you to become a space explorer. So you go out there and check out the universe and figure out ways to make the world a better place, and a better place for the people that come after you, because there's going to be people that come after you too. You also. That's important. So that is a lot. Okay, so that's a sample of information. We're just warming up. And here's what I'm telling you. Here's why it's important that we talk about Atlas V, United Launch Alliance, and Tory Bruno, is because I believe, if I understand correctly, Tory Bruno is going to get to be a special guest on Astronaut Adventures for our 50th episode. We're setting it all up right now. United Launch Alliance has been very helpful because they support students. They support community. And that's what this is. We're a community. How cool is that? So I'd like to say thank you to the universe for providing all of these alien life forms that we got to see today that performed live on Astronaut Adventures without me having to pay them even so much as a pellet. I didn't even have to feed them, and they still were here being the coolest things in the entire universe. Being on Earth is like being on an alien planet all the time. The stuff we take for granted, so help me goodness. I mean, wow. It is like plants just look alien. This could be on another planet, no problem. It's funny because I was telling my friend, when I walk around, I think of trees. I think of me like a super person, and trees are like dinosaurs, and so they won't mess with me because I'm super. And so like this could be a Apatosaurus right here, or a Mosasaurus, and I could be petting it. And having that kind of imagination and reviewing and looking at the world in a different way, that's how we get things that we never imagined possible. So if anyone tells you that that's silly or a waste of time, let me, as a 55-year-old grown-up astronaut teacher who's working with students all over the world who want to live, work, and play and love in space, let you know, maybe it is silly, but it works. Pow, pow, pow. And that's it. That's it. That's the short version of everything today. I hope that this little bit of a sample, this little teaser is warming your heart, keeping you healthy, keeping you online, keeping you together, and that we move this forward, and that you're still working on all this stuff, and that you're having a pretty good experience during quarantine, because remember, quarantine is space mission training. Remember that. It makes the difficulty worth doing. Thanks to Yuri's Night again. Thanks to Dexter.live. Usually I have a whiteboard in it. And what's it say? What the whiteboard says, oh yeah, you can go to MikeMongo.com, click on Buy Mike a Coffee. And then if you want to support Astronaut Adventures, that's a great way to do it. You can buy a t-shirt. That's another great way to support Astronaut Adventures. You can buy Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventures on Amazon.com. That's another way to support Mike Mongo's. You can subscribe. Why do they say mash that subscribe button? I'm not really mashing anything on the screen. Like, mash. How do I mash? How do I mash this? Mash, 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 mash. So yeah, mash the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I really appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a great time. Message me. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know who you are if you haven't said hi yet. And for everybody out there, oh, I got the most amazing message. Can I show you this? Check this out. Check it out. This is great. Zafira. This is her right here. She sent me a message. It says, hi, I'm Zafira Amtul Kader from Hyderabad, India. I've got a lot of friends in Hyderabad. And I met you at ISDC 2018 and ISDC International Space Development Conference 2019. I'm 11 now, so my mother has allowed me to have my email ID. Awesome. Good job, Mom. I met her mom, too. The first email I am sending to you. Wow! I wanted to contact you for a long time, but I'm not allowed to use Twitter as I'm just 11. That's fair. That's fair. Keep an eye. Keep an eye. Be responsible in our internet use. And so she sent me this. Look at this picture. Is that great or what? That's us at ISDC 2019, and I got to write a message in the book to her. That she's a special person. I'm going to post it on my Instagram, Mike Mongo, astronautteacher.com. And that's it. That's it. Show's over. Close the doors. This episode, because the next episode, we're getting to Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventure 50, and we're going to have a special guest, and it's going to be amazing, and you're going to be here, and I really appreciate you. Yeah, check it out. Pow, pow, pow. Check this out. Remember how much I care about you? You remember how much I told you that I care about you? You remember how much I told you that I love you? Remember how much I tell you that you matter? That is all 100% true. That means absolutely through and through true. And there's a reason for it. When I was you, I needed somebody like me in my life. And now as a grown-up, I get to be that person for you. And when you're a grown-up, you get to be that person for other students. You don't have to be a teacher. You might be an engineer. You might be a rocket scientist. You might be a marketing professional that just comes up with a message that makes it good for all of us. Like one human family. It's a terrific message. In fact, I'm counting on all of that. That you are even better than anyone I've ever met before. And you're just good enough. Those are two excellent qualities. So thanks for being here today. I want you to carry this message forward. And if you see someone that's not feeling good out there, or if there's somebody that you love a lot that you haven't told them that you love a lot in your life, do me a favor today and reach out and let them know that they matter to you. But do me a favor, even if you just send a text. I just wanted to let you know that I love you. Mima, Nana, Papa, Abuela, Abuelo, or whoever. It could be a teacher, maestro, profesor, profesora, any of the above. You let that person know they matter to you, because you never know when someone's having a kind of day where they needed the message that you're about to send to them. You got it? We have that power. I'm just here to remind you. All right, that's it. That's it. Here we go. In the words of our people, Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventures. In the words of our people,